Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations to foes. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming to you with another special presentation. Moving forward, meeting interesting, amazing, beautiful people all over the internet and the world, and getting the opportunity to talk to them has been quite an event. I'm enjoying it. This is my 164th conversation since November. And I have no plans of stopping, and I'm booked until mid-July. So having said that, I have someone right now that you need to meet. This person first snatched attention on social media because he showed love to a community that the world otherwise wants to hate. And for that love, he attracted my attention. Now, I'm not a member of that community per se. It was the trans community. I'm a cross-dresser, but I have many, many friends that are. And this young man showed love, and I wanted to bring him on so that I could just say thank you and get to know a little bit about him. He's handsome, he's beautiful, and I'm sure you guys have been seeing him around because he went viral for that love. And we're going to talk to him, and we're going to get to know him just a little better. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Tristan, but you guys know him all over social media as Tristan Social.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very happy to be alive, very happy to be here. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good, but I must admit, I was very, very excited about this conversation because I'm just like, I wake up, I have a lot of conversations. I had a conversation before this one with a young man from Las Vegas. He's a Black florist. He's a florist. So he does beautiful flower arrangements and events and things like that. So I was really looking forward to this. I want to shout out to your manager, Sky, because Sky really got me in touch with you and made this happen. And when we have managers that actually give a hell about us, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So I want to shout out to Sky before we start and just say thank you, Sky, for getting Tristan's happy ass over here in this chair so that he could talk to the Queen of Shade. So very much so. So you said you're traveling right now. Where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm in the beautiful Medellin, Colombia right now, in an area called El Poblado. Yeah.
Do you like Latin America?
Yeah, I've been living in Mexico the last year and a half, and now I'm just taking the opportunity to go ahead and explore a little bit more. So I'll be here, and then I'll be going to Cartagena on Wednesday.
Wow. You know what? That's really beautiful because I follow you incessantly online, and I love your videos, and you know what it is? When you come to the camera, it lights up.
Oh, thank you.
Like you do. It's come on, entertainment. We're entertainers here. So it's the aesthetic, it's the body, then it's the voice, and then it's what's coming out of this beautiful machine that makes it so impossible to turn away from. You can't turn away from you. And that is such an amazing thing. You really have a presence with you. You have a presence. Yeah, you have a presence. And it's just an amazing presence. And why I asked for you to be here and talk to me was so that I could tell you that you're an amazing young man. I told Sky I was going to do this. You're an amazing young man. And for you to make certain decisions, to go public with certain things, and, just be who you are, it is inspirational and inspiring to many of us, to many young men, many young women whom yet don't quite know who they are.
Mhm.
or what they like or where they want to go in their lives. So you standing up, you're blazing a trail, Tristan. You're blazing a trail and you're starting this new career. And we're going to get into it because there has to be some entertainment in your background because you just, yeah, you're too good at the camera. You're too good. You know exactly how to play to all your angles and you know what to say. And it's fantastic. So let's take it back a little bit. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
Born and grew up in Southern California in a small town called Hemet on the other side of Palm Springs.
Okay.
Mom was a Jamaican immigrant. My dad was a big friendly white guy, and grew up in a semi-racist society. So I had to learn how to laugh at myself a lot and emulated a lot of Will Smith's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and kind of learned how to be a social chameleon that way. So that's really like my upbringing right there.
Wow. But you know what's so crazy? I knew it had to be something. I come from a fashion background. When I was 22, I modeled in Paris and things like that. And I knew it had to be some kind of mix in there. Like I knew you say Jamaican, it fits. Because American men don't look like you.
Yeah, definitely got the Caribbean slim features in
Yeah.
the face.
Yeah, you do. And they play very well for you. So let's fast forward. You already said you grew up in a racist society, so that was difficult and you had to learn how to be biracial and
Mm-hmm.
and navigate that. And you did, Tristan, you did. Because you're sitting here today fully formed. So what didn't, kill you made you stronger.
Right.
Didn't break you. And you're here. And I love the fact that you're here. Now, being in Southern California, Hollywood's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Los Angeles. What was it like growing up so close to Hollywood?
I didn't really pay much attention to it. I only visited LA a couple of times when I was a kid. And that was because I had foreign exchange students growing up and we'd go to LA just to like go experience the city with them. But I actually lived in like right next to Hollywood. I actually lived in Hollywood for about a month in a different part of LA at a little bit different time. And I didn't very much enjoy it at all. I'm not a fan of Hollywood or Los Angeles much for that. I'm more of a San Diego guy myself. And like when I originally got out to Los Angeles, I had dreams of becoming I guess like an internet sensation, internet celebrity. And then I got out there and I was like, oh, LA is not for me.
Yeah.
So you went into a different part of California and you can see a different life.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
You're not the only one, Tristan. We share things in common already. I don't like Hollyweird. I call it Hollyweird. I want nothing to do with Hollyweird.
Right.
And, hold on. Sky is in the waiting room. I think he wants to join. Should we bring him in? Should we bring him in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's bring him in. And he can sit in on this. Oh, I'm so mad. Sky, where's your picture? Where's your face?
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to join. Yeah, I don't think he meant to join. I think he was just making sure you were there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was making sure you were there.
Yeah. Like a good manager does.
Right. Okay. No, but yeah, I don't really too much like Hollywood either. And it wasn't for me. And I'm going to share some things because I'm very public about it as well. I decided that's kind of weird because I decided the same thing. I started as a model, New York City, wasn't getting much work because I'm very thin and I have European features and, I got Caucasians in my family as well. I'm just coated and dipped in chocolate. So, but but in fashion, they know the bone structure. So they didn't too much really care about this up front. But then I started running around New York and it was like, I couldn't get in. Everybody was telling me, you have the look, you have the look, you have the look. And I'm like, okay, well, if I have the look, why aren't you signing me? So then I remember after about 2 years of doing that, going to castings and being refused and working my day jobs back in Philadelphia, because I'm from Philadelphia. I was pulled out of line by the director at that time, creative director of Boss Model Management. And he said to me, listen, you have an amazing look, but it's European. You need to go to Paris. And yeah, so he was the first person, because that's what I find about the business. They will deny you, they will decline you, but they won't tell you why. They won't tell you
Mm.
why. They won't tell you what they're looking for. They'll always say, you're not what we're looking for. And then, some of us, we try to ask, well, what are you looking for? And then they divert that question. It's always diverted. But turn around and told me to go to Paris. So I was 22 in 2005. And I went, I left, I packed everything I owned into three suitcases, a one-way ticket that my friends got me from high school. And I moved to Paris for 6 months. I stayed with a very, very beautiful Frenchman who took care of me. I'm beautiful, so I would say that was no problem for me to find a man. And I found one and he took care of me and it was going well. And then I live with bipolar type 1, PTSD, and acute anxiety disorder from my childhood. And I'd been in college when it first reared up its head at 19. And I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard that in my community, what that was or how to deal with it. So I left college, medical withdrawal, get to Paris, I'm doing well, and then I have to come home.
Mm.
And when I came up, but I made a lot of contacts, I made a lot of connections. I'm still interviewing and in touch with them today, which is kind of funny. I made an impression. But when I got back here, I decided too that I wanted to be an internet personality. I decided too that I did not necessarily want to work in the business of mainstream because I also had a bone of contention. And my bone of contention was nobody should own me. That was my problem. Nobody should, if I create it, if it's mine, if it comes out of my head, if it's my intellectual property, nobody should be able to own it. It should be mine. So I went through a lot of things. I tried out for American Idol. I walked away from that. There were a lot of things I walked away from, and people were angry with me because they said I was difficult and they said I didn't know how to be a team player. And I said, I'm not signing up for things that don't give me the right to own what's coming out of me. So Hollywood just wasn't for me. And I mean, they kept asking, like now I have, I see 70 million people see my content per year. So it's a lot. In 2018, that was my breakout year. I mean, I went viral in like 2016, but I exclusively stayed on Instagram because it was where I went viral. So turn around, 2018 was my breakout year, 21 million likes in 1 year. And then they awarded me my blue check. And that's how I got it. I didn't have to apply for it. I didn't have to request verification. I didn't have to do any of that. My work spoke for me. So then I did that. And I've been the reigning queen of shade very quickly. My grandmother, I didn't have a silver spoon. I didn't have much of a spoon. I didn't have a spoon at all. So, but my grandmother was a teacher and she used her retirement that she made over 40 years. And she sewed 6 figures into my career. And that's why I sit here. So I'm used to working outside of Hollywood. And now that I have my own company, now that I have my own presence, now that I have clout, I'm doing my own thing and I'm gonna keep on doing my own thing, Tristan. I'm not interested in Hollywood. Yeah. As some of us, listen, they can't get us all. They can't get us all. Not all of us. Some of us got to get away. We got to be here for the next generation to tell them you don't have to sell everything that you have. You don't have to do that. So you turn around. Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to Cal State Fullerton for 4.5 years and graduated with a bachelor's in communications.
See, that's the thing. See, I didn't get my college degree, but I like when I watch you, Tristan, you look trained. You know what you're doing. You look trained. And what I love is it's like people don't understand about entertainment, so, and this is the thing, even though you look trained, it's still natural for you. It's all natural for you. You know your angles, you know when to look at the camera, you know when to look away, you know how to get the reaction from your guest or your subject. You're built for entertainment. You're built to speak to us. You're built to be an entertainer, but it does get difficult when you have to play their game, So I talked to Sky and Sky told me, well, yeah, he moved to Mexico and that's where he is. And he's working on his exclusive content and his platform. And that's what he wants to do. And I said, okay, all right. Yeah. And I've been following ever since. So you turn around, you graduate. Was the move to Mexico immediate or did it come a couple of years later? When did you graduate from college, mind you?
I graduated 2017 and walked 2018.
Okay.
Early 2018, I started selling solar panels door to door.
Okay.
And at this time, I used to be a weed man in college. I used to sell weed, and on the side, I would sell mushrooms.
Jamaican.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
got into a car accident. I had a bunch of mushrooms in my backpack, and I actually had to go to jail for 4 days. And then to beat the felony case, I supplemented myself in the rehab for 45 days, and then did house arrest for, I think it was another 60 days after that. And that was like a really big recourse in my life. So started selling solar panels super seriously, started knocking doors with an ankle monitor on my ankle and making a good amount of money doing that, learning a skill set.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much all of 2018.
Mhm.
2019, I joined a business mastermind and lived in San Diego for about a year.
Mhm.
And then 2020, COVID hit, and then I visited Mexico for the first time, went back to live in Vegas. And then November of 2020 is when I made the full move over to Mexico. I've met a stock trader at a vegan taco stand, and he told me that he liked my energy and wanted to teach me how to trade. And I started trading right there.
Wow. You know what you have? You have something that can't be bought. Do you know what it is?
And what is that, Queen of Shade?
A story. No, they love it. I could sit here and do the same thing. I was born in the projects. I slept on the floor from 7th grade to 12th grade, in the floor in the living room, to get an education in the suburbs. It's the story. It's the story. And, you know, it makes for an interesting person, because the world loves to see a person get ahead after they've been dealt hardship. The world rallies around the underdog. The world rallies around the traumatized. You know, I didn't expect you to give me all of that and get it. Everyone does. Everyone talks to me like that, and they open up to me, and I'm just like, you know, but at the same time, I'm honored, because I'm really getting to the meat of the matter. You know, I'm getting to understand where you've been and what you've gone through, and to respect you even more. I respect you even more, because it's not prefabricated. It was hard, and I know it was hard, but you did it. And that is an amazing test, because I have therapy. I've had therapy for 15 years. They tell me my resiliency is high. I can have something happen and bounce back from it. My grandmother calls me the phoenix, because I can burst into flames and reinvent myself. And it sounds to me like you have resiliency as well. No matter what is going on, you manage to bounce back, and this is the thing, everybody wants to run from it. The only way to get over something is to go through it. And from your story already, you're letting me know you didn't try to run from it. You went through it, and you did what you had to do. So when you stand here, this celebrated, accredited young man, you earned it. Can't nobody take it from you. You see, can't nobody say nothing. You know, nobody can literally tell you a thing about the life that you've lived. And that is what I live for. That's why I live. Because it's like, but you can't tell me shit about what I went through, you know? And it's undeniable. It's undeniable. And then all of a sudden, so then fast forward, you're down there, you're learning to trade, and then you come to the internet. How long were you on the internet before you went viral? I want to ask.
I had truly and honestly had no plans of going viral, quote unquote. What had happened was, a friend that I had made, I helped him film TikToks. He filmed a TikTok with me. Yeah. And then that TikTok only got maybe 250,000 views on TikTok, but somebody transferred over to Twitter. Yeah. And then from Twitter, it took off. Yeah.
Wow. So it kind of happened for you like that.
Yeah, I accredit it to deep and consistent meditation. In the times of my life that I meditate consistently, just amazing things happen where I can't even describe the source of the occurrence or the reason why it happened. Just amazing things. Like when I met the stock trader who taught me how to trade, I was doing the same meditations, and it opened up my world.
Do you know what I hear from you, and that I assess? I'm very good at assessment. Do you know what I get from you?
Please tell me.
You are valuable.
Huge compliment. Thank you.
You're valuable.
Really means a lot.
That's what I get from you. You're valuable. It was difficult to get it, but you got it. And you added value to your life. That's hard to do. You've got powers that be to try to stop that. They want to add value to you. But when you step back and you're like, no, 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 I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. You know, I'm a firm believer that there are two types of personalities in the world: the consumer and the entrepreneur. Each mindset is different. Consumers, they can't think like, and they don't think like entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs, consumer, they don't even get that. They won't even test it. But every now and then you get a person such as yourself that can go between both. You can go between both. You understand the consumer mentality and the entrepreneurial mentality, which is why you're so successful. See, I'm adding the sophisticated moments you're saying, because it's true. It's true. And the fact that you accredit it to meditation, what you believe will be. And that's what I want everybody to understand. What you believe. I ain't worried about the people in the background. Don't worry about them. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Let me close it up just 1 second.
Okay. All right. I've got you all to myself again. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. But what we believe what will be. When I came to the internet as well, I was actually still in the middle of my trauma. I was still in the middle of my brokenness. I was still in the middle of my turmoil. And I started giving the world what I'm famous for, these 15-second shady videos. They were very cutting, they were very biting. But what people didn't understand was I was throwing shots at the industry and people in the industry who had literally physically been in my way and done things to derail me and to stop me. So that's where my shade was at that time. And it was so visceral, and the public loved it. They didn't know who I was talking about, but they loved how quick-witted I was with it. And as I got into it, my mentality started to change. As I read more, as I understood more, as I started to say to myself, okay, this just can't be a social media thing. I need to form a business. I need to make sure this is going to pay me for a long time to come. And it was so crazy because then I did that with my grandmother's money. I did that. I did a lot of research, a lot of study, and then didn't make a dime. Didn't make a single dime for 6 years. I was exclusively on Instagram for 6 years and didn't make a dime because I lacked the knowledge of how to actually translate what I was doing into dollars. And get it, I don't blame or I don't fault any other content creator. I reached out for help, but people were busy doing their own thing. They didn't have time to do what I now do, which is mentor me in and teach me the actual basics of communication that you probably know. But that experience happened. And then I started to get with the right people. I've been connected to the right people, and my shade changed. It became more of an empowerment, more of a positive thing. I tell people now, yes, I'm retaining the Queen of Shade trademark because it's mine and it's a really fucking awesome name. So I'm going to keep that. You know, I was so surprised that none of the women out here that have been called the Queens of Shade for so long in media, no one ever trademarked it. Then I come along, I pay the $2,000 and it's mine. It was meant to be. And it's so crazy because, like I said, my shade then developed and I became a tree. I became a tree to shade people from the sun and harsh abrasive weather, and then feed them, bear fruit and protect them and give them homes, and they could use my wood and build. And it became that. And when it became that, it really took off. people really started to realize, oh my God, like this is what we've never seen before. Because everybody knows especially in the LGBT community, everyone knows shade to be what it is. You're cutting down someone. But then it changed for me and I started uplifting people. And with that, money started to come in. I was able to co-produce and record 4 studio albums. Yeah, because I'm a singer. Yeah, I'll send you the link after this is over. But 4 studio albums and, continue to grow. And now I'm fixing the money problem. And the crazy thing was, in hindsight, I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in decisions. I believe that there are consequences for every decision. People make it mean good. People make it mean bad by whatever they think about it. But a decision is a decision and there's an outcome. That's how I believe. But that's all it is. But having said that, I was able to now do things like even with this to monetize and to create what I've created. But the funny thing was I needed all 6 of those years to build and establish my reputation, because now I'm interviewing with people like yourself that no one else can get to. That no one else can get to, no one else can talk to. They're like, how is this bitch doing this? And it's simply because when people go and they look at what I've done and they look at my work, they see the value. They see the value. And that's why I went the long about way to say that to you, because this is a conversation, not really an interview, if you've realized. But you add value to your life. You added value to your life. Quick question, are you an only child?
I have a little sister.
Oh, so you're the big bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest too. I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 4. There's 4 on my mother's side, and then I share a sister with my father, and then he has a son, my half brother, but we don't get along. So yeah, actually, I don't talk to any of my relatives, not my siblings that we're all 2, 4, and 6 years apart. Fame, Tristan, it's a different animal. It's a different animal, Tristan. I've lost a lot, but I haven't lost it because of me. It just was that I was learning things. I was being embraced. My name was being brought up in certain rooms that I hadn't even entered into, and then people reaching out to me. And I wanted that. I wanted to learn. Like, that's the thing about me. I'm a sponge. Like, I learn as much as I can. I believe that I will never be done learning. I'm kind of like a scholar. So it's like, I will learn until the day that I die. Excuse me, that's the way that I am. So I'm always picking up new things. And what people don't understand about the majority of my empire is that I do everything. I do everything. Aside from co-producing my albums, because I wanted a producer, because I didn't want to run into oh, well, this beat sounds similar, and not have someone there to vouch that we made it and that it was originally mine. So that's why I brought someone in to do that. Shout out to Kara. I love you, Minnie. But everything else, I do myself. My own graphics, my costuming, my hair, my makeup. I learned to do makeup. I learned how to do everything for what I'm doing, what you see right here today. And it was through a lot of study, a lot of trial and error, a lot of, like you said, changing my mindset. And that's where I was going. I went the long way, but the affirmations, I can be, I can do. This is what I am, become. Like, it changes your whole world. It changes your whole world. And what people don't understand is it changes your world long before it changes your address. Changes your world long before it changes your address. But if you keep going, it'll change your address too. Yeah. So how's trading going for you?
It's good. The markets are really down right now, but it's just a good thing for me because I trade options, so I can make money left, right, or center when it comes to the markets. Yeah.
Wow. Are they down because of the pandemic?
No, they're down because of hyperinflation. Part of the reason I'm actually in Colombia and living in Mexico is because a lot of printed money with nothing backing it is just not very good for an economy of any sort. And for anybody watching this right now, I actually encourage you to find another home outside of the United States if you care about, your financial well-being, because it's not going to be very good next maybe like 3 to 5 years. It's going to be rough for a lot of people.
I'm moving to Paris, so I
Oh
don't
wow!
care. I'm so out of here, Tristan. I've been saying that since I came back in 2005, but now I actually have the ability to do it. So now I'm looking at Lisbon first, because Lisbon, one of my buddies that I interviewed, he's an architect and very famous, and his mother was a model, so that's my area. So he turned around and he taught me that if I move to Lisbon and not just straight to Paris, Lisbon's citizenship will offer me access to 28 different countries in the EU. So, and France is one of them. So I was like, oh, I gotta go to Lisbon and he told me the weather's warm, it's tropical, the men are beautiful. So I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, you gotta come to Lisbon first. So I was like, okay. So my grandmother and I, because she's my ride or die, I'll be 40 in September, she'll be 75 in October. So we stick together. We're gonna go check out Lisbon, see what we want, and survey the land, and then make our move. But it's just, this country has been bad for a while, Tristan. I don't want to get into a political, conversation, but you're right. It's not good. And people, the Americans, we owe, like, our government owes money to everybody, and the citizens, it's like, oh, America, and they don't realize that America is owned by several other countries. Like, they own our ass. We work for them. And they don't understand that. So yeah, I like South America as well. Actually, the first place I ever got accepted to a modeling agency was in Brazil. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but I was too scared to go. But listen, I was too scared to go. Wait, I was too scared to go, but I got my ass up and went to Paris.
Right?
Go to Brazil. Yeah, make it make sense. I know. But yeah, like, I wanted to go further. Like, the guy said Paris. So that's what was in my head. If I had went to Brazil, I probably would have done even well. I would have done even better, because I wouldn't have been so far away from home. And that would have been great too for my mental state, because I was still I was only 22. I just come out of college at 19. So I was still very fresh in the learning. What is this? I didn't really get a hang of this until like 25, 26. So yeah. So anyway, Mexico, full-time living?
Full-time living. I came out here to Medellin to see if I could live here. I don't think it's for me. I'm going to go to Cartagena on Wednesday to go see if that's a little bit better. But as far as it goes, I love Playa del Carmen. I love, the Caribbean coast of Mexico, and it's just super easy to live there.
Wow. So take me through this. You wake up every day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go out to the beach?
I can. I wake up every day. I go to a salad spot that has really cheap, really good salads. Go to the gym. I can go walk up and down Fifth Ave, which is just a lot of people. I love the social atmosphere of the city. Hang out with my roommate, who's a hypnotist. Shout out to my man, Max. And just enjoy it. I just read, journal, meditate, work out every day, enjoy the weather, live moderately very cheap, and just enjoy life. Yeah.
See, you're doing something that a lot of men don't understand, especially for Black men. You're going to last a long time. You're going to last a long time just because of how you're living, how you're living. You're going to last a long time. That was my agenda. My agenda was to last a long time. And here I am, I'll be 40. And I don't look like it. And when I sing, I sound like a child. It's like, I can't even believe it after all the hardships that I've been through. But here I am. So, turn around. Have you ever traveled? Do you travel to other places outside of Latin America? Have you checked out Europe or Spain or any other way yet?
Yeah, when my mom was still alive, she took me and my family on a trip to Europe because we had a lot of foreign exchange students. They came out of there. So I've been to Austria, Italy, Spain, Denmark. Um, I think that's the four that I've been to in Europe, and it was an amazing experience for sure.
You know that even in Mexico, they got superstars, right? America wants to think that they're the only ones. You know, you can become a Mexican superstar, right?
Yeah, I speak enough Spanish to maybe go TikTok. I've actually done
Telenovela.
TikTok on a Spanish speaking
Yeah.
Facebook actually. So
Oh my God. Yeah, telenovela, all of that. Go be a Spanish.
yeah, they had me pretend to be the boyfriend to a cute girl, and the guy that was filming the short video like got her to dance and was dancing with her, and I chased him off like the big beach bully, and like a few million views. It was a pretty funny video.
Oh my God. See, you know what I love? I love every time you do something, there's just immediate return from the universe. It's just it's immediate return with you. The universe is like, oh, we're not gonna make him wait. You know, now get it. I'm a shaman. I'm a shaman, an oracle. I do all of that. And the universe makes me wait. But you do it and it's like, oh, immediate return. What do you attribute that to?
I think it's the area, honestly. Like in Tulum and Playa del Carmen, there's a lot of cenotes and a lot of like, I don't know, healing waters.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that in those areas, if you think something, it comes true like sometimes within 24 hours. So it's really like, they call it mental portals.
Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna have to check out Mexico. I'm gonna have to go steal some of their water. I'm gonna have to empty out a bottle real quick and fill up a Fiji bottle real quick and come back and be like, this is my special water. Like, like that's really good to hear. So I already asked, but what are your hobbies?
I love martial arts. I love skateboarding. I love playing table tennis. It's really just social stuff. Like I love hanging out with my friends. I love reading, journaling, meditating, working out, becoming a better version of myself. And I love what I do. I'm in Colombia right now, just enjoying life, and I'm gonna go hang out with some friends in a bit. And it's my friend's last night. Spent a week with him here. Shout out to my boy Sam, and just enjoy life. Just hang out, be social creature.
You know what's so funny? Your life sounds so amazing because you're just relaxing. You're like relaxing. You're not in that rat race of corporate America that kills, that struggles, that strains, like you're not doing that. And that's why I know you're gonna live a long time. No heart problems, like none of that, like none of the hypertension. Like you're gonna live like so long because that's what people don't understand. Like outside of America, like people, like they get paid to take vacations. Like they get paid by their employer to take vacations. Like I thought that was so crazy in France. They were like, no, we all go to the south of France, vacation. And it's like, it's a whole different way of life. I got to remember how my friend said this to me. He said, you Americans live to work instead of working to live. And even me, like I came there and he was like, just relax. And I'm sitting on the floor of his flat having a freaking panic attack. Like I was going crazy. No, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to see this person. I need to see that. I brought the itinerary. I got all the addresses. Like I literally saw the entire city of Paris in one day.
Oh, wow.
I'm one of them, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm one of them. Like when I have an agenda, I have an agenda. So I got there and it was like, okay, sightseeing, let's get that out of the way. I need to see everywhere. So he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. So he took me everywhere. But the crazy thing was me being that driven, I never needed a map and I never got lost. I never knew. It was like I had been there before, though. That's how I knew I belonged there. It was like my spirit, my soul was telling me, this is where you belong. Like, it was like I had been there. Like, it was such a beautiful experience. Like, I knew, like, even now I have like friends and they've become, because we've all done this, like we all went away and, built our empires and our names and things like that. And they're now famous and, they can do so much more in the world and for my career as well. So they're like, come on over here, girl, come on over here. And I'm like, I'm coming. But like, I had a lot of family ties to actually sever. I had a lot of ties to actually sever. I told you, fame is it's crazy. You're my own family looks at me like, and I'm like, you're my sister. Why are you? You know, why?
Right.
You know, and it's just and me for so long. You'll probably be able to understand this. I had survivor's guilt because I was the only one that made it out.
Mm.
Yeah. So for a long time, I sat in therapy crying about, you know, the fact, and then my family knew that I had survivor's guilt, even though they didn't know the name. So then they would, oh, you're so selfish. You only care about yourself. And da, 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 da. And then my therapist would come in and be like, self-preservation is the first law of nature.
Mhm.
It's the first law of nature. So it just, but yeah. So yeah, I'm like finally free now. It's me, my grandmother, and a cat. So now that's why I'm like doing this more. And I'm gonna be doing visits, and I'm gonna be taking this because now I can take this anywhere in the world, plug it up, and work anywhere in the world. And that's the dream, is to be able to do what you do from anywhere in the world. And that's exactly what I can do now, which is why I love the internet. I love the internet. So here we go. I have a question for you. So I've recently seen some of your videos, and I'm always cracking up about them because they're so funny, because you literally walk up to random girls
Mhm.
and ask them questions. Do you want to tell us what that's about? It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, it's all a funnel to get over to my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Everything that I do on the internet kind of hints at some sort of sexual nature. And
Yeah.
when this virality happened, I asked the question, "What's the quickest way to get from content to cash?" And the answer was OnlyFans. So everything that I do now is like the street interviews. Bleeds into, I'm either wearing an OnlyFans shirt or it's a sex related question or something along the lines of that. And yeah, it's all just a plan, a funnel. Like here's TikTok, here's Instagram Reels, here's a link in my bio, here's OnlyFans, here's money in my bank account.
How's it going?
It's damn good. I enjoy it a lot. Damn good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot. Yeah. It's learning a new business, definitely. And just being like, I was already comfortable with myself and my sexuality and who I am as a man. But it's definitely been an experience, and it's a cool conversation piece. Like I'm one of very few men that I know that makes a full-time income from OnlyFans. So.
Yeah, I know a couple. 2 years ago, one of my boys made $1 million. Yeah.
Wow.
Then one of my boys pulls in 6 figures a month.
Good for him. Wow.
Yeah. You have the potential. It's gonna definitely be that for you. The world is, get it. Sky told me not to tell you this, but he was like, "Don't tell him that." But the world is obsessed with you already. The gorgeousness, the body, the charisma. Here it goes. He said, "Don't say it." I'm going to say it. You're the world's new hottest toy. You're the world's new hottest toy. Like literally, get this. I was scrolling. Let's just say I was scrolling. And one of my favorite videos from you, it caught me off guard because you spit at us.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know how you're watching something and they spit and you go to duck?
Yeah.
So I ducked, but then I was like, do it again.
Nah.
I was like, do it again. Like, yeah, like I'm so happy that you know who you are. I'm so happy that it's working out for you. I'm so happy. And I'm happy that you get to control it instead of someone else controlling it. You get to say when, you get to say how, you get to say who. And it's freaking lovely. It's freaking lovely. Yeah, it's freaking lovely. So here we go. The question of all questions. And I don't really care. Like, I don't really care. But the viralness of it, because I want to cover it so people will remember and they'll go see the viral video. But you were very secure in your sexuality and you showed love to the trans community. And my thing is, and it's not even that I don't need you to explain it or anything. I thought that that was the bravest and the most freeing, honest thing you could have ever done. Because Tristan, there are so many men that are not saying anything. And that's their twist. That's their twist. And why should they be condemned for it? You know, like, why should they be condemned for it? So I just thought that it was so freaking cool for you to take and show love like that. There was an actor, and it's been documented, so I can say his name, Malik Yoba. He talked about, you know, being trans attracted and things like that. And to me, it's not really, there's no story there. Like, to me, like, I'm gonna move from this because there's no story there. Like, I don't, what? Like, there's no, like, where's the story? Like, where's the fire? I don't see the fire. I don't see the fire. But I just wanted to commend you for having the balls to do that. Having the balls to do that and move on, you know, because I follow your OnlyFans. So
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. I live for it. I want more. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it. And then I'm blushing now. I'm blushing now. But yes, I do. And I love it. And yes, you stand to make a lot of revenue.
Sure hope so. I'd love to get connected with your friends that are doing well with it.
Oh my God. I can do that. Hold on,
Yeah.
I can do that. That's you. Hold on.
Just a moment.
Hold on. Let me find him. He changes his name all the time. Here we go. And they do collaborations, and what's so funny about these guys is they're heterosexual men, so they don't really do. Yeah, so collaborations are possible. Like, they'll collaborate with you. Hold on. There you are. So that's one. Now let me find the other. Oh wait, no, that's the backup page. Hold on, I gotta find. It's my show, so I can take this moment. Wait, is this it? No, but this is the backup page. Oh no, this is it. Okay. Okay, yeah, the link's in the bio. Okay, no problem. Share this profile. Tristan. There. And I have to think about others because I have so many. Like, there's so many because, like, I interview a lot of the adult entertainers because, like, I love you guys. I do. I love the freedom. I love yeah, I do this, and so what? And what I love about talking to you guys is the fact that people get to see that you're not dumb, you're not stupid, you know? I had this meltdown last night, and my grandmother had to, like, get on me, you know, at 40, because I was like, I had this thing where, because I didn't have a college degree and didn't graduate, I felt stupid. Like, I didn't feel like I was smart. And my grandmother is like, do you know all that you've learned in 15 years to do what you do? Like, are you crazy? You don't need a degree to quantify your intellect. And I was like, you're right. She was like, hello, you're an intellectual entertainer anyway. And I'm like, yeah. So she pulled me out of it because but my thing was, I said in the beginning, not having a degree meant that I had to work customer service, which meant that they wanted me to kill myself for minimum wage. Whereas if I had a degree, I could have walked in $40,000, $50,000, 9 to 5, weekends off. I wouldn't have had to work so hard. But in the long run, it served me because when I started my company, I worked, oh my God, I work 100 hours a week, like I do. So I don't have to work for 40 for someone else. So I'm a crazy content creator. Like, for Instagram alone, in 6 years, I gave them 22,000 Queen of Shade videos. It was just,
oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm still going. And I never ran out of things to say. I could always spin something and talk about something a million different ways. But yeah, but listen, I have enjoyed this, but I don't want to hold you anymore.
Yeah, I actually have a.
Yes, you have to go. You have to go. And I just want to first say thank you for talking to me. Thank you for checking in with me. Thank you for allowing me to peruse you.
Yeah.
To touch you and just, learn about you, because I think all of us are enamored with you. You're a beautiful new ingenue to us, and we're watching you. more than you know. And everybody's watching you more than you know. Celebrities are watching you. I have friends, they're watching you. I can't say their names, they'll kill me, but they're watching you. So I just want to let you know that they're watching you. And I mean, subscribed. So you just—
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you to them too. Yeah. Anybody that
you
just put $1 in my
wouldn't know.
pocket.
Yeah, you just wouldn't know who they were because they have aliases. But so give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Vision, awareness. Craig.
Did you say Craig?
It's the name of my dad.
Ah, okay. Now, here comes the fun part. Tell everyone where they can find you on social media or the internet.
Sure. You can find me at Tristan Social on Instagram, at Tristan_social on Twitter. And if you want a little sneak preview on what's on my OnlyFans, at Tristan Social, but take out the C and put 3 X's. So SOXXXIAL. So wherever you please.
What you mean wherever you please? Everybody's gonna run to the XXX, trust me. But listen, there's no other way to say it. I was good to you. But trust me, honey. Yeah. Everybody's gonna run to the yeah. I'm gonna make sure I post that first because everybody's gonna run. Yeah, because everybody's gonna run there. Tristan, you're gorgeous. Everybody's gonna run there. Everybody's gonna run there. They're like, what? Like, trust me, get it. I have, and you'll probably get people writing you because I have people that write me about, oh, this guy is gorgeous. This guy is amazing. Yeah. So yeah. I'm just doing my part.
You're doing an amazing part at it. Thank you so very much.
You are so welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Tristan, AKA Tristan Social. Don't go nowhere. Say goodbye, but don't go yet.
Bye. Have a wonderful time, everybody. Thank you for watching.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Wanna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing down. I'll have you wanting my stilettos by the time I turn around. Turn that TV down.